Greetings YouTube, Lone Assassin here, what is up guys? Recently I've been really into racing, into driving, etc, so I thought I'd upload some Forza Horizon 2 gameplay. I've uploaded this before, but it was just basically like the demo and stuff, so now that I have the full game, I can give you, a pretty good review about it. Um, just a quick note before I get into anything else. The last gameplay you're gonna see is gonna be lots of motion, so if you get motion sick a lot or if you get dizzy or something, I advise you not to watch the last gameplay, but that's just my disclaimer. I'm not too sure. Basically it's because it's first person, there's lots of jumping around, lots of camera movement, so if you're not into that, you might just want to skip the last gameplay. The first two aren't that bad, but the last one definitely is lots of motion, so I advise you, if you get motion sick, that probably don't watch the last one. But aside from that, let's get into the gameplays. Like I said, there's gonna be more than one gameplay. There's gonna be three actually. The first two are like I said, they're more like third person camera, normal view. I do include some first person a little bit here and there, but not as much as the last one. Basically the first gameplay you're seeing is the Lamborghini Huracan. It's pretty cool. I got it as a gift, so it was really fun. The second gameplay is gonna be a Hennessy Venom GT. I bought that car. And then the third gameplay is gonna be, I believe it's a Mitsubishi Lancer. I could be wrong, I'm not too sure, but yeah, it's really fun. One thing I do want to say is I'm really surprised about this game because I honestly expected a little bit less, and that's why I like having my expectations low about a game, because if you expect low and it surpasses that, then that's really good, because like I said, it surpassed your expectations. And if I expect this game to be perfect, amazing, and it doesn't meet that, you feel disappointed, etc. So like I said, anytime you get a new game, no matter what the trailers say, no matter what your friends say, if you didn't play it yourself, just have your expectations low. So like I said, if they surpass it, then that's good. If you have them high, you expect great things, blah blah blah, and then when you actually play, it wasn't as good as you thought, then you feel disappointed, you feel like the money was wasted, etc. I feel that's what happens with lots of games nowadays, especially since YouTube has a big impact on it. Like for example, Destiny, when it was first announced, all these Sony fanboys were like, oh, we got Destiny, big exclusive, blah blah blah, who cares about Titanfall. They're saying all these things, look at the graphics, blah blah blah. Then later it was announced that everyone got to play Destiny, and then when it was actually released, I wouldn't say it was a big disappointment, but lots of people were expecting big things from this game, from this title, and it slowly let lots of people down. So like I said, anytime a new game comes out, no matter how good you think it is, always have your expectations low, or just have no expectations in general. And when the game comes out, then you can say, yeah, it's a good game, or no, it's not. So that's what I did with this game. I played the demo, I got a taste of what it felt like, so I was like, okay, I get an idea what this is gonna be. And honestly, I thought it was gonna be like Need for Speed, but more realistic, you know what I mean? So that's what I was expecting. And then good thing I expected that, because like I said, it's actually much better than that. It's more in depth than Need for Speed, at least to say, because I've never actually played a realistic, I guess you can say simulation racing game before, because that's what Forza is, it's more realistic. So I wanted to get Forza 5, but when I got my Xbox One, which was on Black Friday, Forza 2 already came out, so I was like, oh, might as well just get that, you know what I mean? It's the newest one. So I'm glad I did, because I actually prefer, off-roading and stuff like that more than the track. I mean, I do enjoy the track, like racing around and stuff, but off-roading just seems more fun, more cool, more laid back, more chill, more casual, I guess you can say. I'm not really a fan of really serious competitive stuff. I mean, if I have to, I will get into it, but it's nothing I look for. Nothing like when I play a game, that's what I want to do. I just want to chill, I want to have some fun. So I'm glad I picked up this game instead of Forza 5. I probably will pick up Forza 5 in the future, but I mean, you can race around the track in this game too, so I don't see why I would do that, you know what I mean? But we'll see. But basically, the reason I like this game more, or I expected, or why I expected less and I got more out of it, is because back then, for example, the only racing games I've actually played is Mario Kart and Need for Speed, and then both those games you really can't do anything. You can unlock better cars and stuff like that, but other than that, there isn't much mods and stuff you can add to it. Now Need for Speed, the only Need for Speed I play is Most Wanted, and like I have videos, you know, uploaded on my channel about that. But basically how that one worked is basically you would race around, you would get rep, and then like when you get more rep you can race better cars, and when you beat them you can get the car. Basically I'm on the last one. I haven't finished it yet, but like I said, I have like all like good cars now, Lamborghinis and like Bugattis and stuff. So with that being said, you know, once you have those cars unlocked, you know, there's not much you can do. There's certain races for each car that you can do, and then once you do that, you unlock, you know, a specific chassis or tires or etc. But after that, there's not much you can do. It gets kind of boring. Now I haven't played online, but you know, that's basically all you can do with single player. And in this game, it's a bit different because like I said, there's more stuff you can do. There's more mods and tuning you can do on the Xbox One version. At least I heard that on the 360 you can't tune, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's not that big of a deal. So let's see. When you first start off, you know, you start off with the Lambo like you saw in the demo, and then after that, you know, you get your car, then you race around for a while. Then once you get enough credits, you can start buying other cars, or if you want, you can start modding your car with different engines and like, you know, chassis and drivetrains, etc, etc. So after that's done, then if you're content with that car, you can keep racing with that car in that championship, or you can go with other cars. So like I said, the Lamborghini was gifted to me by the creators, so that was pretty cool. I actually got 2 Lamborghinis, so I modded this one, I tricked it out. So pretty much this Lamborghini that you've seen already is maxed out already. Well, at least I think. I'm pretty sure you can max out a little bit more with, you know, tuning and stuff, but basically it has like the best mods available. Then the Hennessy, I bought that car with my own money because that's pretty much the best bang for your buck for the hypercars, because there's different, like, you know, championships. Like there's like each car is categorized. So like for example, supercars would be like the Lamborghini, the Audi R8s, the GTRs, stuff like that. And then the hypercars, like the really exotic fast cars, like the Bugattis, the Hennessy, the McLarens, all that stuff. So each car is categorized differently, and that's how you get to the finale. You get to win each championship. And like I said, so for example, you can't have like if you're doing like a I don't know, like off-road race, like the last one's gonna be, you can't just like you go in with a Lamborghini. It's not gonna allow you to do that, you know what I mean? So like that's why each championship is unique, it's different. So for example, if you're in the supercar championship, which is the first one that you saw, the Lamborghini, only supercars are allowed to enter that championship. If you do switch cars, like let's say, you know, you're not feeling it and you switch cars, you have to enter a different championship. So you have to get, I think, a total of 20 or 30 championships before you get to the finale. I think I'm like halfway done or almost there, so it's not that bad. But it's pretty cool. I like it a lot. Another thing I like is that when you get to like a different city, so you start off in the city and then you do a championship there, and then when you're done with that one, you go to a different city and do a different championship. Instead of like, you know, having a loading screen or like, and just like load up the next city, you actually drive there. You actually drive to the next city, and I think that's pretty cool because it's more immersive that way. You know what I mean? You get to enjoy the whole island. I believe you're in Italy, so you actually get to enjoy, you know, going through the roads of Italy and stuff. It's pretty cool. I really like it. The graphics are beautiful. I'm not one who's big on graphics. Like if they're nice, that's great. It's a nice extra, but like for me, a game doesn't have to have amazing graphics for it to be good. So the graphics are a nice plus. I enjoy all the cars there, like available in the game. I personally don't own every single car. I'm slowly, like, you know, what I do is like I get like a car and like mod it, and then I do a race and stuff like that. So that's what I do. Right, I think right now I have like 11 cars or something like that, but it's like 2 Lamborghinis and then the Hennessy, and then they got the Mazda RX-8, and like just a few cars here and there, like Mercedes and stuff like that. So I'm slowly building it up. I'll probably do a video just like on my garage and like all the mods I do and stuff like that, like in a different video. But this video is basically just showing some gameplay and basically my opinion of, you know, how it's improved from the demo and stuff, and it's pretty cool. I really like it. I wasn't too sure what to expect from the demo itself, but like racing wise, you know, I had an idea, but I wasn't sure about, you know, how to travel from city to city, but I'm really impressed. I really like it a lot. There's lots of things you can do, like, you know, if you're not really into racing, you can probably, if you're into customizing, you can create paints and designs and stuff. You can mod and stuff. If you're not into that, then you can just, like, you know, free roam. You don't really have to race. I mean, what you do if you want to finish the game, but, like, you know, you don't have to race. Like, you know, it's not like you have to race to continue on. You can, like, free roam, or if you're not feeling the car, you can switch cars or championships, or you can just mess around. It's pretty fun. So I personally think this game is a success. I mean, of course, you know, you're neglecting a certain audience, you know, the Sony crew. So if you're neglecting an audience, obviously it's not going to get the full potential of, you know, reception. But whatever, I mean, it is what it is, I guess you can say. I personally recommend this game. If you have an Xbox 360 or Xbox One, give it a try. I'm pretty sure it's still available in the market. Give it a try. I think it's pretty fun. I love the different camera angles. Every game has camera angles, and, you know, every racing game has camera angles, but, like, I think this is more realistic because you can see the hands, you can see the wheel and everything, and, like, you know, you can see, like, the cockpit and everything. So it's pretty cool. I enjoy that a lot. I was actually thinking about getting, like, the racing wheel and stuff, like, you know, with the pedals and everything. Like, maybe in the future, you know, if I get my own place and stuff, you know, I can set up my own studio and stuff like that. I was thinking about setting up, you know, the racing wheel and then, like, the pedals and everything, so and put it in first person. That seems pretty sick. So I'll probably get into that a lot. If I do get into that, I'll let you guys know. I'll have a look at a video about it. But that's basically what I can say about this game. It's really fun. I really enjoy it so far. Actually, this is pretty much the only game I've been playing. The only game I've been playing so far. I've been playing this, a little bit of Unity, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I do here and there. I've been playing some Battlefield. I'll let you guys in on that in the future. But yeah, I haven't had much time to play, but basically that's all I have to say right now. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the content, please check out the other content on the channel. And remember, you guys are beasts. I'm out. Beasts.